Hi guys, welcome back to the Humble Gamer channel. I am the Humble Gamer. This is some more of my Train Sim classic career scenarios. We are still on the Woodhead line, and we are driving a Class 37. I was right last time, it was a Class 37. We are driving the North Country Continental, calling it Guybridge, Sheffield, Victoria, with no intermediate stops, despite the stop at Hadfield. But we've just come round quite a big curve, apparently. I want to say the Fallowfield curve is where I'm taking over. But yes, so we're going to get in now. And yeah, so this is one of the earlier locomotives that came with I think, was it the Class 37s that came with the original train simulator? Or it's certainly one of the earlier locomotives you could get for train sim, Kuju rail simulator anyway. No, because the black 5s came with it. It was the black 5s and the Somerset and Dorset Joint Railway 280s, the 7Fs that came with the game. Because I remember buying it. Having played Microsoft Train Sim, it was a massive leap forward, and it was genuinely, it was like, yeah, it was amazing to see something other than the Flying Scotsman. Particularly to see the Somerset and Dorset Joint Railway 7F. That was sort of the first time I'd ever really come into contact with one of those. But yes, so either way, where are we? Fairfield curve. Fairfield for Droylsden. As a Kidderminster Harriers fan in football, Harriers and Droylsden have had some fairly heated games in the past when they were both in what was the Conference, now the National League. That was all before I realised that cricket was the better sport, for me anyway. So now we're going to just pop across and we're going to Sheffield, yes? So we're stopping... oh, it's quite long. It's about 50 minutes, this scenario, 5-0. So we can... It's a fairly full route run, this, actually. And I'll get the early stuff out of the way. Yes, there is a Class 37 on Sode, or at least one, possibly 2 or 3, I think. The thing was, there were far more diesel classes than there ever were steam classes. Far more steam classes, sorry, than there ever were diesel classes. So, it's much easier to have multiples of the diesels than it is to have multiples of the steam. I don't mean multiples as in DMUs, just to be clear, although that joke did cross my mind as well, and if it crossed yours, then you have the same terrible, terrible sense of humour as me. Right, now we can start pushing it a little bit. Is there... So I've got the headlight on. Is there like an interior light I can turn on? There is a light I can turn on, so... Well, there is a light, whether I can turn it on or not. Usually it's L, but that didn't seem to work. Remember to stop it when you stop at Guybridge platform. It's relatively short for such a long train. Try to move the locomotive as close to the end of the platform as you can to make it easy for the passengers to climb aboard. Okay, I will do. Thank you for letting me know. I've got my headlights on anyway. That's the important thing. As we go past a large tanker freight, also under the careful curation of a Class 37. Yeah, we'll call that. So this train would have originated. It's the northern North Country Continental. It's basically it's the boat train from Liverpool to Harwich. So this train would have started at Liverpool and then come round the Fairfield curve to join this route. Whereas now it would probably just go, if this train, I don't know if this train does still exist, but if it did, My guess would be probably south via Birmingham and then eastward. I don't know, but right, anyway. We can talk about that in a second, because right now I have to stop at Guidebridge. And given what happened last time, and the fact that once again I am already running late, that is genuinely frustrating. In fact, it's going to be nearly 1.5 minutes late, which is like minus 500 points or something ridiculous like that. Because the point system in this game is kind of fucked. Yeah, there we go. That'll do. That's quite nice. I reckon that's going to give people a fair amount of chance of getting off. Yeah, exactly. Basically, exactly 1 minute and 30 seconds late. So, and when am I supposed to be at Hadfield? Oh, it's 14:49. So in like 10 minutes, 7 miles. I can do 7 miles in 10 minutes. What I want to know is, where did all those other tracks come in from? The ones Ashton Moss, right? Okay. Yes, this would have come via Stockport right away driver. No, 206. I didn't get minus. That's a minor surprise. Now that's a 280, isn't it? Certainly looks like a 280. Look like an 8F. Does it mention what it is? Macclesfield Mixed Goods X Hardwick. No, it doesn't. But I think we'll overtake it. I think we'll get to overtake that in a second, and I think that looked like an 8F. Slightly smaller driving wheels than the Black 5. It just got a slightly different outline, and I think that was the 8F. We are going to go past it. Hooray, I'm now good to go. Lovely. Let's have a look. I think that was an 8F. And I was right. I think. 4.8. Yep, speeding quite badly. No, because that's it. Oh, is that another 8? 4.8. Well, let's have a look at my Reader's Digest book of locomotives. LMS 8F. Was that the 4800 series for? Did they have 4.8 at the front of their numbers? 5MT were 44 to 45. So yeah, I think the 8F must have been the ones with 48. 4,000 out of their numbers. I know what I mean, even if you guys don't. But just looking at the number series, those two were 8Fs. I didn't think they were 8Fs operational on the virtual version of this route. Obviously, I assumed they'd be operational on the actual one. I'll get inside the cab. It looked like an 8F the moment I saw it, but I wanna make sure. I'm sure 4.8. Yeah, yeah, stand your 8F 48,000 class. Yeah. Oh. Well, I'm not quite as thick at all that as I thought I might be. It's 1 in 77. That's why I'm struggling. Even with 100% of throttle open, that's 1 in 100. A lot of empty sidings around. I kind of feel like when I'm eventually running scenarios on Sodor, to be slightly different because I'll have written them. But I will be populating the world with an amount of, you know, sidinged, you know, stored rolling stock. This should be a 44. Yeah, that's a black 5. It's definitely a black 5. All the brakes are off, so there's nothing more I can do to give us any extra speed, and yet we are... Mind you, I've got 1, 2... What is it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9... I've got 10 on, so... Well, this is a Class 37. They should... Pardon me, they should be fairly powerful. You know, I mean, they can't just be, you know, they're not just sort of sat there for the hell of it. These are fairly powerful locos as diesels go. In fact, as locomotives go in general. Right, Hyde Junction. So this would go down to Apthorn West. But we are going, obviously, not that way. We're going to go via Newton and everything else. 1 in 97, so it's starting to ease up. And of course we are once again climbing to the tunnel. There's no extra brakes on, I'm not missing anything. No, everything's off. I'm not sure if that did anything, but it just... I don't know, I don't know. Maybe it's just because we are going up very big hills. But I just feel like we should be... Because it says no intermediate stops, and it's saying pick up passengers from Hadfield in like 5 minutes. And if I'm not supposed to pick anybody up, I'm going to be livid if it's going to dock me points. Mind you, if I don't suppose to... Oh, words tonight. Wordy words tonight. There we go. We seem to be going a bit quicker now. We seem to be into the 30 miles an hour. There we go. Now we're an express, so if we could maybe, you know, hit 50 at some point, that would be lovely. Bring that ETA back from 14:53, which is 4 minutes late. Now that would affect my... I mean, my score's already gone down to 57. After being higher than that. I think it was about 209, wasn't it, I got from being on time at Guidebridge. Here we go, this is more like it. 45 miles an hour, 45 miles an hour. All the people were sunk. Look, they're all just sunk walking in the platform. That was really weird. Train sim and its failures. So for some reason I'm going to slow to 50 right now. I don't know why. Perhaps I'll die. Well, I won't if I slow to 50, but I kind of want to keep pushing the speed up and just see if we can shave some extra seconds off. It's only for a few meters, it won't be a massive issue. It's not like anything's going to pull out on us, is it? So, you know. I'm still waiting for the message that says, oh, by the way, you suddenly have to stop at Hadfield. But it says no intermediate stops. Why am I stopping at Hadfield? It literally says, Class 37 hold, this, you can't see, it's behind my head, but Class 37 hold, the service will call at Guidebridge and Sheffield Victoria with no intermediate stops. Pick up passengers from Hadfield. I know I'm speeding. I don't care. I want to try and bring my ETA down, and this is better. It is bringing it down. We're going to be within 14:52 in a second. Score's minus 19, but you know what? Worth it. Besides, I was only going through a platform. Everyone stays behind the yellow line. They will not get sucked off. although was taking 472 points worth of speeding. Worth of speeding damage, worth it. Yes, yes it was. Yes it was. That time is now consistently coming down. 3.8 miles to Hadfield. Which is, of course, where we finished the last scenario. This is very nice. What's that going over the top of us? Is that another railway? It feels like it should be. No, it's a... Oh, it's a... just a road. Now this is Hat Spoil, apparently. There's a shed there. Not quite sure what happens at Hat Spoil, but that's where all trilbies go to rot, I suppose. That's the extent of my comedy this evening, folks. We are still, allegedly, as we race through somewhere. Doesn't matter. I would guess, actually, it might be Hat Spoil. Okay, 1 in 400. 1 in 122, there we go. But we're still in the 60 mph range, so that's fine. We are slowly pulling time back. We're only going to be 2.5 minutes late now. So the challenge for this one is just to, given what happened the last time, finish with a positive score. Which does mean I'm going to have to start obeying speed limits. Rather frustratingly. Oh, big good yard. Pardon me. Just knock us down to 50. There we go. As we go through whatever station this is. And try and keep ourselves up at some sort of speed. So, oh, 14, 42, 43. We've pulled back another 7 seconds. So, you know, things are going well. 41. Well, we're already now officially late at Hadfield, but me being late on this route is nothing new. It's absolutely nothing new whatsoever. So cut the throttle, put the brake on until it gets to, there we go, and then put some more throttle on as we go over the viaduct, which is 40 mph, which from what I can tell is just over. Is there a river at the bottom of it? There is a river at the bottom of it. That's nice. That's very nice. I like that. This is a nice bit of, oh, it's a lake actually, and a road and a town and some sort of station. Where is this station? It's a fairly big junction once again. This station has no name. No name signs. Let's check the map. Where are we? Just gone through Dinting. And now we can pick up the pace. Oh, we're now only 1.5 minutes. Well, no, we're just under 2 minutes behind. 2 minutes late now. So we might actually finish with a positive score. Excuse me, sorry if you heard that slurp then. The climb into the tunnel is bigger this side. It's much more difficult going this way, and we basically coast into Sheffield Victoria. But well, I don't know why I have to stop here, but it's telling me I have to stop here, so here we shall stop. So far we are going to be about 1 minute and 30 behind, so we've pulled a lot of time back there. Hadfield for Tintwistle and Hollingworth. Wherever those two places are. I mean, I'm guessing they're around here somewhere, but... So I just want to get just a little bit further onto the platform. There we go. That'll do. I mean, that's added a bit of time onto our arrival, but not by much. And Sheffield is now 28.6 miles away. We've got over 28 minutes to get there. Get in quickly, please. Minus 290. That's not necessarily a surprise. Okay, so now I need to be at Sheffield like ridiculously early to have any chance of ending this with once again a positive score. Yeah. This route has not gone well for me at all. Oh, come on, no, it's 100. No, you've got 10 on, but come on. Class 76 pulling a mixed rake of coal wagons and hoppers. This is very nicely bleak northern English countryside. I like it, and the weather's helping that as well. It's helping get that feeling across, and just the wide open expanses of the fells, and look at that. Look at it, it's gorgeous. And really well modelled, I have to say. Really well modelled. If I can get bits of Sodor looking even close to this, this would be amazing. You know, this is the sort of thing that I want. This is the sort of place that I want Sodor to look like. Because it's in the north, it's in the northwest, you know, it's not quite Pennines. I mean, bits of it are mountainous, but, you know, it's overall, it's not quite Pennine scenery, but I want to have that feel of... Once again, struggling at 20.5 mph, I question that. But I'm not sure I can go any quicker because it's 1 in 100 and I've got 10 on. And this is the locomotive they gave us to do the express service. Am I missing something? I mean, there's no point. I mean, please do comment below because, you know, I need to know, but... I mean, I won't see it until... long after recording it, but I can't help but feel like I'm missing something, because this is a class 37. They're supposed to be like one of the most powerful diesel locomotives that we've produced in this country, aren't they? I know it's 1 in 101, I know we've got 10 on, but still, why would they pick this for an express if it couldn't handle this bit? As we go past a mixed goods. Behind the class 76. So, yeah, I just... One in 117. Okay, so now we're going up to 20.9, so we're dangerously close to reaching 21 miles an hour. Bloody hell. I expect to see a DeLorean come flying past at any minute. Well, I just suppose it gives you more time to enjoy the beautiful scenery work they've done on this route. One in 116, and it's stopped raining, so I can get rid of those bloody things there. We are, I think, now climbing towards... Oh, we're still not quite there at the summit, though, are we? Next thing we're going to go past is 11:30 AM Mottram Mixed Goods, which is ex-Mansfield. After going through Crowden. So yeah, basically doing the opposite of... At the moment we're now doing the opposite of what we did in the last scenario and going back to Sheffield. The next scenario we'll be doing some genuine goods work, which I'm looking forward to. And then we'll be doing an express run of the entire route. And again, I can't remember exactly in what direction that is. There's some sort of dam or reservoir. $34. Can we make it a 35 mph? Is that something we can do? We good for that? Sorry, didn't mean to hit my microphone. Yep. And then, now, in a couple of weeks' time, we should be doing our next route, and it has been chosen. I asked Charlie to give me another town or city, and she said Cardiff. So we're going to be doing the Welsh Marches line. I had a choice. I could have done the South Wales coastal, but I don't have the most up-to-date version of that, because mine is the one... I've only got the one that goes from Cardiff to Bristol, not the one that goes from Bristol all the way through to Swansea. I don't have the money or the desperate inclination to change that at this current time. And also I prefer the Welsh Marches line, because Cardiff up through to Shrewsbury is a lovely route. It's a lovely, lovely route. It's got... neither of them have the most varied stock on them, because again they're both fairly modern routes. And modern railways in Britain don't have the most varied stock on them, but yes, I'm very much looking forward to doing that. So probably be about 3 or 4 videos, I think. I think a lot of those are in 2 parts, so there's at least 4 locomotives on it, so there'll probably got a few videos there actually. But yeah, there will be a lot of them are 2-part scenarios. Cardiff to Hereford is cut into 2. Cardiff to Shrewsbury is cut into 2. So I think it's Cardiff, Hereford, Hereford, Shrewsbury. Ditto for the goods scenarios. I think I had a quick look at it earlier, and so I'm not. I don't know if I'm getting that exactly right. No, mate, not even close. Sorry about him. Either way, the point is, after this video and the next 2 videos on the Woodhead route, we should be going to South Wales. Well, the borders, really, the Welsh Marches. That's really confusing because I said it's not the South Wales route. We're going to Cardiff via the Welsh Marches line from Shrewsbury to Cardiff.
Stop right there, criminal scum! Nobody breaks the law on my watch!
And we're also going to be very, very late at Sheffield. At the moment we're looking like 6 minutes late. 7 minutes late even. So yeah, it's not gone particularly well, this. But we are now up to 44 miles an hour, so you know, we are... There's that ex-Mansfield goods. Again, another mixed one. So we can't be that far away from the tunnel. Yeah, no, we're coming close to Crowden now. And then Woodhead, and then the tunnel. And then we start the long descent into Sheffield. And now hopefully we can make a bit of time back. It's 24.5 miles. and we've got 27 minutes, so we should be able to pull that back if we hit 70 mph, which on the way down, once we got through the tunnel, we absolutely should do. So here's Croydon. Yes, this is where in the last one they made me, for whatever reason, swap onto the goods line afterwards, and then swap me back, and I didn't go past anything, or nothing passed me. It made no sense. I don't know why it pathed me that way. I'd love to know if that was the developer's choice, or whether that was just the pathing AI in the game that just thought, oh, we'll do that. I don't see why it would think that, but you never know. But yes, now I've got 25 minutes to travel, 23.5 miles. So we should do it. We should be able to do it. We are now very swiftly coming up onto the tunnel. We have now climbed into the centre of the Pennines, basically. This is one of the reasons why bits of Soda will never look exactly like this, because A, it is a slightly different part of the world, but also B, even in Soda, when you climb into the mountains, nothing goes through. There's no big tunnel through the mountains. The Southern Railways, the North Western Railway, actually went underneath the mountains. Literally, they went around them and went beneath them on the mountain. They went south of them. So they just avoided them. There's a tunnel underneath the city of Peel Godred. But yeah, apart from there aren't many tunnels on the main line at all. Apart from there's a tunnel at each end of the main line, but nothing in the middle. Which is odd when you think about it. Oh yeah, here we go. This is Woodhead and the tunnel. And the summit of this particular line, or getting close. I think the summit is actually somewhere inside the tunnel. But here we are, folks, for the second time, Woodhead Tunnel. And there is Woodhead Station, a la the tunnel. There's the old tunnels, and we're going through the nice new modern one. And in we go. 1 in 130. You've now got 23 minutes to travel 22 miles. Once we reach the top, that ETA will come down. We are not going to be there. We're going to be there in less than 29 minutes, I can tell you that much. Sorry, 21 minutes. But we won't be there at... I don't think we'll be there at 15:28. We can be there at 15:29. I think we can be there in 24 minutes. But 24 minutes to travel 21.5 miles. It's doable, but mind you, the ETA is already coming down because we're getting faster. 15:36.03 now. Has that gone down or has that gone up? That might have gone up, I'm not sure. Yes, I can see the summit. It starts somewhere around about here. On there, it levels out. Building tunnels is tough enough, but building tunnels that enter at different levels must be just so ridiculously complicated to get right. Why is Dunford showing up? That must be a go via instruction. Either way. Still 101 in 129. I think it levels out fairly soon, and then yeah, it drops from Dunford Bridge, doesn't it? So we should hopefully come flying out of this tunnel. 1 in 400. There we go. There we go. It's now going to be all but flat, isn't it? Oh, excuse me. Excuse me. Oh, I need to slow for Dunford Bridge. Because apparently there's a 50 mph speed limit at this point. Quite why, I don't know, but already we're bringing the ETA back down. 21 minutes, give or take, to travel 19.5 miles, give or take. But doing a lot of that at 50 will slow me down. So I hope it goes back up to 70 fairly soon. Just I can't afford the points hit really if I want to have any chance of having a positive score at the end of this, so I have to start obeying speed limits. Dunford Bridge anyway. Alright, so just go back to 70, that's fine. 1 in 136 downward. Just put a little bit of throttle on. Just get us back up to 50. But yeah, this is the downward. This is the downward part of the journey now that we've literally got over the hump. Yeah, we've shaved like 20 seconds off the arrival time. That's not enough, we need to shave more off. But yeah, we're now getting it down towards 1534, that's good. Just once the first bit of me goes past that 70 mph, I'm going to be barnstorming my way down this hill. Out of the Pennines, out of the mountains, through Penistone, and into Sheffield. Come on, 70. There we go. I don't mind these last few points for speeding, that's fine, because they won't be big. We lost 35 points for speeding, but that's fine. That's absolutely not a problem. Because we've got 18 minutes to travel 17 miles, and basically 19 minutes to travel 17 miles. Oh, it's going to be 18 minutes from now to travel 16.7 miles. We can do that at 70 mph because we're going faster than a mile a minute. Not much faster than a mile a minute, but we are going faster than a mile a minute, so we can start pulling this back. We will not be there at 15, 28, 59. We might be there at like 15:30, which I would say is an acceptable time. Now we can turn that off. Go past the class 76, which is doing the run that I failed at miserably last time, I'm fairly sure. Yeah, we're down to 15:35.07 on the ETA. We were at 15:36 not long ago. That's all I have to do now down this hill. Just keep it between 69.5 and 70.9. Down to we're now getting there before 15:35. We are clawing this back. Why is there a 50 mph speed limit? Why? Why would you do that to me? And where is it? What do we think it is? Going through Penis Tone. Oh no, Penis Tone is going to be the 30 mph, isn't it? Great. Yeah, there's Penis Tone. Okay, alright, fine. Let's slow down to 50. Because we have to. We're still 15:34, 50. We're still shaving time off that arrival time. All the time. 15:30, 15:34, 44 now. 15 minutes to go, less than 14 miles. I know that something that's got to be done at 50 and for some inexplicable reason 30 outside Penis Tone, but by the way, if you live in Penistone, I apologise. I apologise profusely. I'm just immature. And your town name has penis in it. I can't not do it. I'm really sorry. I'm no better than anybody else. It's pathetic and it's puerile, but it makes me laugh. But you are more than welcome to hate me in the comments down below. Go for it. Oh, excuse me. Sorry, I didn't mean to hit that. Oh, I was trying not to cough so it didn't explode your ear balls, and then what do? Smash the microphone. There we go, 30 through Penistone Station. Penistone. Penistone. Now there was some talk, now I could be talking out of my penis tone here, but there was some talk, I think, of maybe looking at the Woodhead route and reopening it. And this is a few years ago now, but I don't know if that ever came to it. I mean, they couldn't open it exactly as is because the roads, but I feel like there was some genuine discussion about the viability. There might have even just been a viability study, but just of whether this route was worth reopening. I vote yes. It's a gorgeous route and I would like to see it reopened. And it's probably it would probably be very, very useful. Well, there we are. ETA 15:34:16 now. Once we can start getting back up towards... Oh, it's even gone down to 14 just as I was speaking, so... Once I can get us back up to 50 and then 60 and the dizzying heights of 70 miles an hour... Once we're out of the station throat of Penis Tone... Oh, at this point it doesn't matter about the speeding. Because we're not going to get a positive. We're not going to get a positive score here anyway. Let's just throw the score to the wolves, and let's just make sure we're on time at Sheffield. Oh, it's now within the 15:33 minute. So we're now only 5 minutes late. We'll give or take 4 minutes late. So we are clawing this back. We've got 12 miles and we've got 12 minutes to do it in, give or take. I'm quietly confident we'll get this. We'll get there by 15:30. 15:30, I think. Before that, I think will be a stretch, but 15:30, I think will do. Particularly since now we are heading towards another 70 mph stretch. I think I can turn that off until we hit the 70 mph stretch. That way we definitely won't speed. I get why they did me for speeding at those points, but it's kind of like, look, we were past the sign. You know, we were going into the 70 mph, but that's when we can start to... I know that officially you're supposed to wait until the last coach or the last wagon or the last piece of rolling stock behind you is past the thing, but come on. I can't help but feel like that's a bit pernickety to call me on it there, but right, okay, let's do that. There we go. We can now go up to 70 as we enter this tunnel and come out of it the other side. Come on, let's keep pushing. Let's keep bringing that time down. I think we can do it by 15:30. I said any earlier than that, and we're going to be it will be a struggle for us. But I certainly think 15:30 is doable. We can now coast for a bit at 70.8 mph, 0.9. There we go. So yeah, it's quite an easy locomotive to control this because it's literally flick brake on, flick brake off, flick brake on, flick brake off, wax on, wax off. Nine miles. We are still ahead of miles in terms of time because we've got 9 miles to go now, give or take. And we've got 9 minutes to do it in. From now. It's 8.6 miles in 9 minutes. We can do that. That's not an impossible feat. Already down to we're now into the 15:32 minute at the bottom. So we're doing well. We are doing well. We are clawing back time. Rattling through the stations now. Little squeal of flange there, but it's quite alright. So now still going down to 1 in 120. We are now going to be less than 4 minutes late. I want to get that down really to less than 2 minutes late. So the goal for this scenario now is to obviously complete it successfully and to have a score that is higher than minus 1,000, minus 999. I would count as a success from this point. That's going to be another 8F, isn't it? Yeah, I think that looked like an 8F first glance. And as I proved earlier, I'm an expert at these things. Yeah, totally. 15:32:26. 6 miles. We've still got 8 minutes to do it in. Something like that. So I think, yeah, we're not going to be on time, but we're going to be a lot closer than the ETA is giving us credit for. Just wish that on the way up it had a bit more power so I could get some real speed up quickly. Yeah, we are eating up the miles at the moment. This is good. This is very, very good. This is all good. It's all putting us in good stead to be within that minute of 15:30. We're heading towards the minute of 15:31. So we are making progress. And making constant progress as well. 4.5 miles to go, we've still got 6 minutes. We're into the minute of 15:31. That is a green light, which is good. So we've made up some pretty good time, actually, to be fair. I mean, I wish... It's frustrating that we've had to make it up. I would have preferred that we ran on time and we're looking at being early, but these things happen. If there wasn't a score, I would have gone at 75 miles an hour for much of this to just make up that little bit of time. But unfortunately, the score element of this makes it more damning to do that, and more obviously damning as well. 2.8 miles in 3 minutes. 4 minutes, really. Problem is, we're coming up to a 30 because we're getting close to Sheffield, aren't we? Yeah. Yeah. Looks like I've now got to slow to 30 mph. We were this close, 15:31, 16, when it's now going. It's going up now. Of course it is. Of course it's going up now. We've got nearly 3 minutes to go 1.6 miles, and the time and our ETA is going up. Although we have now entered the 15:30. Yeah, here we go. Here we go. This is where things are going to start. The ETA is going to start rising because we've got to drop to 30. No, the score's gone. Ignore the score. Doesn't matter that we're speeding at this point because we're not going recklessly fast. So we're not at any risk of coming off, and the score's gone. I don't think even if we'd arrived there, like, we'd have to have been like 10 minutes early to get the points. You need to be like anywhere near above minus 1,000. So yeah, just take the 743 points for speeding, that's fine. We do have 3 miles an hour extra to play with though, because I've dropped to 27, so let's get us up to actually 30. Still coming down that arrival time, 15:30:47 now. Still going down that score though as well. There we go. We'll soon we have to slow for a 15 mph speed limit, so what annoys me is I'm now on final approach to Sheffield. I've got literally a minute. And less than half a mile to go. $15:29 on the arrival time. Score's gone. We're going to be below 15 mph anyway, so there we go. And here is Sheffield. We're going to be there like 10 seconds late. Maybe, well, maybe more like 20 seconds late, but that's genuinely a little frustrating. I'm not that far behind at all at Sheffield Victoria. Yeah, literally going to be a minute late, if that. And I bet it will still take time off me. But either way, the point is we got here in the end. And although we got here late, better late than never, and we aren't that late. We are less than a minute late pulling into the platform. So there we go. Managed to do that in the end. That was a frustrating scenario because the Class 37 just didn't have the clout that I think it needed, frankly. But we'll see what the score is in the end. See if I can I get above 2,000. Above 2,000 minus 1999 would do at the moment. I don't think I will, but let's see what it says. Oh yay! 303 points, lovely. Another I will take the express on to Harwich. See you down the pub. And you will see me in the next episode, so, guys. So thank you ever so much for watching. If you enjoyed what I'm saying, please like and subscribe. Check out the game in the description below. Check out all my other train sim stuff in the description below. Check out the annotation on the screen you're about to see. And I will see you very soon. I was me. That was the Woodhead route in Train Sim Classic. See you very soon, guys. Goodbye.
Oh no, shit, we have to stop there.
You went past it. Na 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 na.
Shut up.
You don't even have to stop, you just have to...
I know, Dave. I know.
It's the one checkpoint in the entire race. Fuck.